Hello and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle, and I'm here to do a reading for the collective for Thursday, March 10th, 2022. If I haven't said it, happy birthday to all you Pisceans out there. Good morning, JoJo, here before I even went live. That's so awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to be choosing some cards from my black deck for yeah, it's for everyone. Um if you have made it here, chances are there will be something in here for you. There's a I don't know what that was. Little feather, little little fly, who knows. All right, so we start with the 8 of swords. Okay. We've got a little bit of anxiety going on, maybe more than a little bit. The magician. Hmm. Create a little more space on my table here. We've got the 4 of swords. And the 4 of cups. All right. Well, okay. So lots of feeling anxiety, feeling stuck, trapped. You don't know what to do. Um but in fact, this is kind of a self-inflicted kind of energy. um it is possible to get yourself unstuck, but you got to actually like wiggle free from the binds. And with the magician next to it, typically the magician for me is about transformation, the ability to manifest using the resources and tools that you have available to you. So it seems like there's been a period of time where you've been in this place of anxiety, this place of overthinking, not knowing what to do, transforming that through um, going, just retreating, resting, healing, meditating, taking time out, taking time for yourself, building yourself up, because the magician is the one. And so it is, it's at the beginning of a journey. Um, and then, so then with the 4 of swords, we had the 4 of swords, it's kind of resting and retreating energy. Um, and the 4 of cups, I think this is all, it's, uh, how do I say it? It's like, through the process of doing this, doing some kind of healing, there's this feeling of, um, I don't know, feeling like dissatisfied. That's what this card always ends up making me feel like. Just that, although this one in particular looks like he could be taking a nap under the tree, and he's even missing the cups that are coming to him. Both of these guys are kind of napping. So maybe you're so focused on taking care of yourself, um that you're just kind of like, even if you are awake and you see offers coming to you, you're just kind of like, yeah, i I don't know, you're not ready for whatever's coming towards you, because you're still healing from whatever this was. You're still going through the transformation, still in the process of meditating, maybe so, manifesting. Okay, let me jump to the Deviant Moon Tarot. Okay, we've got the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, who's, it's someone who has been through a lot of pain and heartache, and has finally gotten to the point where she's like, "Okay, no more. I can't I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm not gonna do this to myself." This is someone who has learned the hard way how to set strong, healthy boundaries, like, she's all about telling the truth, wants people to tell her the truth. She will cut anyone out who gives her anything less. And I think that she's a very intuitive queen. She's highly intelligent. She can kind of read between the lines. So I feel like this is you, where you're going from this place of anxiety, or whatever. This could be a continuation of the story as well, where you finally, through this resting, through taking nice long naps, and um focusing on yourself, you come to this place of like, okay, I know what I'm putting up with, and I know what I'm not putting up with. And being very clear and decisive about that. Temperance. Oh, yes, the card of the dreaded P word, patience. This is a really cool card, actually. It reminds me of the star in other decks, kind of one thing pouring something from one thing into another. Um, it makes me think of, like, in baking. I don't bake very much, but there are some processes sometimes where, like with an egg, for example, where you want to get the yolk separated from the whites, and so you have to, like, do it back and forth to have the whites drain out. Um, there's something like this where there's this need to sift sift through stuff. Sift through, I mean, it looks like some kind of liquid, potentially water. So, water, it represents emotions. So there's this kind of looking deeply at the emotions, really. um uh what's the word? um Looking very closely at what's coming out, what's coming through, being very purposeful in examining what's there. Oh, and also this is we have so with the magician, we have a card of Gemini and Virgo. We also have the card of Sagittarius here. Um, Lots of swords, lots of air energy here. Um, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and death, right? Yeah, death. Card of Scorpio. So yeah, the we have a few major arcanas now. So whatever's going on, it's kind of this bigger, more substantial energy, more long lasting. And I think that well, I'll get one more. Let me get one more card. Judgment. Wow. Judgment. Card of Libra, I think. Um, it's like, you know, the you, as the Queen of Swords, you understand that to be effective in speaking your truth and setting healthy boundaries, you have to do some kind of work, most likely shadow work. Where you're examining what's in there, what's kind of swirling around in your heart, in your mind, um because you are I feel like you are deciding to let some cycle close out definitively. Whatever was causing you this tremendous anxiety, um, you're taking your time to work through that and coming to a place where you're like, yep, I'm done. Even though it's interesting, this card, because death is pregnant and is holding down the child. Um, it could be that what was causing you the anxiety in the past was something that was it was a situation that was in its adolescence that hadn't really had a chance to grow, and it it almost feels like now there's something new that's going to come come out of the whole situation, and there's some kind of energy that may be kind of pulling on you. They're trying to get your attention, wanting you to pick it up and nurture it. But because of doing all this work, you're realizing like, no, this isn't the best thing for me. I need to focus on um, the new that's coming after the end, whatever whatever cycle is closing out. And so then with judgment, it's like very, very thoroughly looking at everything that has happened up to this point, all the things that have brought you where you're at, even to the point of fertility and, you know, birthing something new into the world. And the judgment, too, the judgment card is it can be this energy of figuring out what's worth putting more energy and time into and what you just need to cut away and be done with and be completely done with. Um, it's feeling like the judgment. Let's see. Try. I bear with me. I'm having trouble with with getting my words across today. But with the ending, there's a reckoning, and just you're looking at where you've been, you're sifting through all the emotions, and you're like, okay, um finally ready to complete a cycle in a major way where you end up feeling like, wow, okay, that was quite the journey, I learned a lot, now I'm ready to take a long epic nap and begin something anew. So, yeah, I feel like that's pretty good. Let me just pick a couple of angel cards. Oh, Napur. Hello. Missed you. Okay, Grace. Grace. Um, Grace speaks to me of, it's sort of that unexpected gift from your higher power, from the universe. You can't demand it, you can't expect it, it just happens. In this situation, there's some kind of grace that is being allowed or given, or whatever happens with grace. um you're you're being released, you're being you're being given the chance to release yourself from these ties, and expectancy. That's so interesting that I just said, grace comes You can't expect it to come. But maybe the expectancy comes after the grace happens where you're like, "Oh, wow." Like you've been given some huge gift and you recognize that and you're like, "Okay, I expect good things coming down the pipeline, coming in the future. Um, Good things that will be born out of something that was potentially very painful." I mean, when somebody's pregnant and you say they're expecting. Yeah. Depth. Yep. Yep. This speaks to the whole the whole reason. It feels like the whole reason why this all happened is for you to dive down into the depths of your emotions, your heart, what is truly good for you. And again, what's not. You're really in order to figure out how to proceed in this new in this new way, you have to go within. You have to mm, excavate, do that inner excavating, and honesty. Yep, honesty. Like I said, about what you are and are not willing to put up with, and also honesty about how everything has played out, how you have shown up, how what you have allowed in the past that maybe you shouldn't have. Um, the more honest you can get with yourself about your part in things, the easier it is to move forward because then you can be get really clear on how to not only do things but not do things next time around. So it's really good. It's 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 been a struggle. I definitely see that. It's been a struggle and yet you are working with what you have. You're making the most of it. And that is going to um really it's going to bring you to your new beginning. And I feel like new beginnings are always positive, because it's like, okay, next phase. We've completed this last one, we've graduated. So, yay. Yay for you. Big pat on the back. All right, I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing.